Hey guys, Mr. Kyle Myers Mathematics, and let's just jump right into it. So today I want to talk about, well, just want to kind of show you something instead of talking about something. Instead of explaining, which I probably will do a little bit of because I just can't help myself, I'm actually just going to do a SAT math practice test. There's 10 that are available for you for free online. You can just type in SAT math practice test and then a number between 1 and 10. Khan Academy recommends not doing test 2 and test 4. I don't remember the reasons why, but you can actually take them for free on their website as well, and it'll calculate your score for you. But for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to do the actual test from the website from collegereadiness.collegeboard.org. And we're going to take it and see how I do. And so obviously the goal here is to show you what it looks like to take the SAT practice test and what I do. And you might not do exactly all the same things that I do or strive to, because you might have a different style. And I'll kind of explain some of that as I go too. But the idea is, hey, like what I'm doing here are some, quote, best practices and some things that you could do to help get the best score that you possibly can on the SAT practice test. So at least the math sections. So I'm going to do the non-calculator first, and then I'll do the calculator section next. I've got the calculator on my tabs here. So this is the calculator I'll use, just a standard scientific calculator that comes on the computer. Although you can use, a TI 83, 84, or 89 or whatever on the SAT. So I'm just going to use a standard calculator when I get to that section. But for this section, just the one, by hand, which is why I have my OneNote doc pulled up here off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and look through here. Here's the stuff here that I've got. So I'm going to pinch this out a little bit, actually. Adjust the size a little bit more. And the formulas that they give you. Right, so you've got all these different formulas. I don't really need them, but remember, if you don't have these things memorized, you don't need to, because it's on the formula sheet. So just a little bit of that going in. But I'll go ahead and start the timer and get started. I have 25 minutes, so let's do this. Start. Okay. So number 1. So x, k equals 3. Okay, so we just need to plug in k. So k is 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 would be 10. Okay, so it's D. For the first few problems, it's going to be a little easier because it's meant to be that way. I is that, so the sum of that and that. Okay, so I'm going to have -1, so it's going to be either A or B. And then 3 plus 9 is 12, so it has to be A. Number 3, I'm going to skip just because it's long. I don't really like long text problems. And number 4 is the same way. So I'm just going to skip them both. Following equivalent to the expression above. Okay, so just simplifying again. X squared y. Okay, there's only 2 of those. So that's 2 and 2. There's 2 x squared y. So it's either C or D. And those 2 are really similar options anyways. And then I've got -3y squared, and that's a plus 3y squared after I distribute the negative, so that's going to cancel. So it should be C actually, but let me just check. 5 minus 3, so yeah, it should be C. Number 6, I'm going to skip it. Number 7 looks kind of long too, so I'm going to skip that one. Number 8, A over B equals 2, is the value of 4B over A. Okay. Well, A over B is 2, or 2 over 1, which means B over A would be 1/2. So it's equal to 1/2. 1/2 times 4 would be 2, so it's C. Number 9, x plus 4y, number 23. What's the solution? Okay, what's the solution? Cool. This one actually would be easier to do a plug-in method than to just solve the thing, because it's not really set up well for elimination or substitution. It's set up better for elimination, I guess, but I'll just plug in a number and see what happens. So plug in -5, -2. Let's see, it would be -15, -8. So yeah, that would work. negative 5, negative 2. Okay, so negative, that'd be plus 5. Negative 2, that'd be negative 4. So that would not work. Okay, so A is out. B, 3, negative 8. So that'd be 9. That'd be negative 32. See how that would work? And then 3, negative 8. So 3, negative 8, negative 8. That would be negative 16. Minus 3. Yeah, so it's B. All right, and I'll check that one just to be sure because I was doing kind of some quick maths there. So I'll go back and check my work by actually writing it out. The function g of A is a constant g of 4 equals, what's the value of g of negative 4? Okay, so g4 equals 8. Oh, okay, so we just need to figure out what A is and then figure out what that is. Okay, so if that's 4 squared is 16, 16 times something. And it's equal to 8, so you probably need to just write this one out. So I'll probably just do the work for this one. So let's see. 8, A, and then that's 16, 4 squared, plus 24. So it's 8 minus 24, which would be negative 16. Equals A, 16. Okay, so A is negative 1. Okay, so if A is negative 1, then I want G of negative 4. So negative 1 times negative 4 squared plus 24. So then that would just be 16. That's negative 16 plus 24, which would be 8. So it's A. And I guess I probably should have guessed that because it would be a parabola. So I would get the same thing. So actually I feel kind of dumb now because I feel like I could have just figured that out. Oh well, you live and you learn. So number 11. Okay, that's kind of long. Number 12. Line in the origin has a slope of 1/7 of what's following the points on the line. Okay, so goes through the origin, so it's definitely not A. 1/7, so it would go up 1 over 7. So 7 comma 1 would work. Or 14 comma 2. Up 1 over 7. Yeah, so 14 comma 2. All right. 13, x is greater than 3, which the following is equivalent. Oh, equivalent to that. Oh, okay, gotcha. With x being greater than 3. Okay. This was kind of fun, actually. I'll go ahead and do it. We're about halfway through, so I'm okay with doing problems that might take a little bit longer than a minute if I need to. So this one is x plus 2, 1 over x plus 3. So it actually just multiply everything by x plus 2 and x plus 3. Okay. So then on the top, it would just be x plus 2, x plus 3. On the bottom, I would need to distribute, so that would be x plus 3, because the 2 would cancel, and then x plus 3 would cancel with that, so it would be x plus 2. All right. So then, I don't know if I need to FOIL that or not. Pretty much good to go here, actually. That's going to be 2x and 5. And then if I FOIL that out, that'd be x squared plus 5x plus 6. So B. It's kind of fun. All right. Blah, blah, blah. What's the value of that? Okay. Interesting. I don't know if that one can be solved. Because we have 3x minus y equals 12. And so we don't know what x or y is. So, yeah, I don't know if that one could be solved, really. We can try to simplify it a little bit. Let's see. 2y. So then 8 is 2 cubed. So that's 2 to the 3x over 2 to the y. And since I have the same base now, I can write this as 2 to the 3x minus y power. Ah, there we go. Okay. So it can be solved. So that would be just 2x to the 3x, 2 to the 3x minus y, and 3x minus y is 12, so that'd be 2 to the 12th power. A. Very cool. All right. This one's got a little bit of text, but that's okay. Blah, blah, blah. A plus B is 8. Okay. What are two possible values for C? Okay. A plus B is 8. And that equals that. Okay, well, let's just multiply it out. So that would be ABX squared plus 7AX plus 2BX. I need to scoot this out a little bit. Plus 14 equals 15x squared plus CX plus CX plus 14. Okay, so the 14's obviously, that's good to go there. 15 would have to be the product of A times B. So, and all the answers and the answer choices are integers. So 3 and 5 would add up. Oh, two possible values for C. Okay, well, A times B would have to be potentially 3 and 5. That could work, because 3 times 5. But 6 times 35. No, that wouldn't work. Because the 6 and the 30, it has to multiply to give me 15. And it looks like none of these other ones work. So it looks like 3 and 5 is going to be the answer. But let me just check here. So this would be 7ax plus 2bx. If I factored out an x, then I would have x, 7a plus 2b. And that's equal to cx. So cx is equal to 7a plus 2b. Or sorry, c is equal to 7a plus 2b. So 3 and 5, let's see. Two possible values for c, 3 or 5. Yeah, it looks like it should be a, but I don't want to spend too much more time on this, so I'm going to just start and come back to it. Okay, let's zoom back in here. How are we doing on time? Got 15 minutes left. Okay, so I'm about 10 minutes in. Oh, okay, so this is the plug and chug section. All right, so t greater than 0, t is 4. What's the value of t? Oh, okay, then it'd have to be 2. 2. All right, 17, that's kind of long. I'll come back to it. 18, 19, 20, those are all pretty straightforward. The system equation is what's the value of x? Oh, okay, so we just need to figure out what the value of x is. So we could eliminate x, but if we eliminate x, we would solve for y first, and I don't want to solve for y first. I want to do less work. So I'm actually going to multiply the first equation by -2 minus 2y times -2, so that'd be positive 18. And I have x plus 2y equals -25. All right. So then I have negative x, that goes away, equals that. Let's see, 7. -7, so x is 7. Okay, cool. So x is 7. All right, number 19. In a right triangle, one angle measures x degrees, where sine x equals blah, blah, blah. What's the cosine? Oh, that's one of those properties. Okay. If it's 90 minus x, then it'd be the same thing as that. So it's 4/5. So 4/5 is the answer. Yeah. Okay, cool. So then 20. If a is equal to 5 root 2, 2a is equal to root 2x, what is the value of x? Okay, so a is equal to 5 root 2. So I just need to multiply by 2. So actually 10 root 2 is equal to 2a as well, which is the 2x thing. So then we just solve for x. So square both sides, square it. 10 squared is 100. 100 times 2 is 200. Equals 2x. And then 2x, so x is 100. So yeah, square root of 200. Okay, cool. So yeah, x is 100, and that's it for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the beginning. That I've gone all the way through the test here, and go back to the ones that I skipped that just had a lot of text and I just didn't feel like doing. too far. So 3. And even though they have long text, they should be easy problems. I just don't like to read a lot because it just kind of slows you down having to read the problem, even if you're skimming it. Let's see. Each hour for 5 hours. Okay, M text messages each hour for 5. So 5M. M text message each hour for 5 hours. So P text message for 4 hours. 4P. Oh, that's exactly what they want. Okay, cool. So 5M plus 4P. C. Cool. All right. Number 4. Okay, cool. An equation. P is the number of phones left. D is the number of days. Okay, P is the number of phones left. And D is the number of days she has worked that week. What's the meaning of the value 108? So on day 0, if D is 0, then P is 108. So on day 0, when she first starts, she would have 108 phones. Starts each week with 108 phones to fix. Yeah, B. So usually these kinds of questions, I know I said I wasn't going to explain much, but I can't help myself. With these kinds of questions, usually plugging in 0 just helps to figure out what's going on. All right, skip to 5 because I already did that. Model to estimate the age of a boy and inches of the boy's age A between the ages of 2 and 5. Okay, so the estimated increase would be the slope. The slope tells you how much he increases. The slope is 3. All right, cool. Between the ages of 2 and 5. It's number 6, so it's probably not tricky, but I'm just kind of look at it and just make sure I'm in the right place here. Inches. Make sure they're not trying to pull a fast one on me. 8 inches A in years. Yeah, so it should be 3. Okay. All right, so number 7. It's a really long problem. All of that formula gives a monthly payment M needed to pay off a loan. Okay, monthly payment M. There it is. Okay. P dollars. Wow, this is a really convoluted equation. And R percent annual interest over N months. Which of the following gives P in terms of M, R, and N? So they just want me to solve for P. Got it. Okay. Well, actually, that's not too bad because it's already like a fraction here. So it would just be M multiplied by the 1 plus R over 1200 to the N minus 1 thing would be on the top because I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So, wow, actually, this is actually pretty easy. It's just B because you just multiply by the reciprocal. So really convoluted, but not difficult. All right, so let's go ahead and check number 9 because I started. What's the solution to the system? Oh, because I plugged it in. That's right. So let's go ahead and do a method to figure this out. Because why not? What do we have for time? All right, a little less than 8 minutes. Or 9 minutes. So that equals -23. And actually, let's see here. We want to do, times it by 4. There we go. Okay. So 8x. They have it switched around. Tricky. And I did plug it in right. I remember doing that, but we only need to multiply by, we can multiply by 3. That would work. So just multiply by 3 and then just switch the x and the y. So -3x multiplied by 3, that'd be 6. Multiply by 3. Oh, goodness. 19 times 3. I can do this. So there's 27. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, 19 is hard to multiply by. All right, so that's 10. Oh, fantastic. I just have to move the decimal place over. Negative, that's 7, 8, 80. So y is -10. Or sorry, -8. My numbers flipped around. -8. Which was B, and that's what I put. Awesome, cool. So that one's good to go. Okay, I skipped number 11 because text. B and C represent the price per pound in dollars. Beef and chicken. Price per pound of beef. Beef and chicken, respectively. Okay, so B is beef, C is chicken. Okay. Price per pound of beef when it was equal to the price per pound of chicken. What was the price per pound of beef when it was equal to the price per pound of chicken? Oh, okay. So, okay, got it. So if they're equal, then I would just set the equations equal, solve for x, and then plug it back in. Okay, so let me move this over here, get some fresh space here. So 2.35, man, these are some nasty decimals, equals 1.75 plus 0.4x. So let's just multiply everything by 100 and get rid of all these decimals. 235 plus 25x equals 175 plus 40x. All right, that looks a little bit better. And now we just solve it. So this would be 15x over here. Subtract the 175, so that's a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60 plus 60. Yeah, okay. And then divide by 15, so I get 4. So x is 4. And then I'm surprised they don't have 4 as an option. That'd be a good wrong answer. We want to know price equal to the price. That's the price per pound of beef. So we need to know beef. B equals 2.35 plus 0.25 times x, which is 4. 4 quarters make $1, so that's 1 plus 2.35, so that's 3.35. 3.35 is D. So number 11 is D. That's kind of fun. All right, so got 12, got 13, 14, 15 I skipped. 15, I don't know if I was kind of stuck on that one, so maybe I'll just skip that one again and come back to it later. So I'm going to go ahead and go to 17. I only skipped 17 because I had words. And I think that's it, and then I'll just come back to 15. What are we doing? 5 minutes left. Okay, cool. Summer camp counselor wants to find the length x. Okay, hold on. Lengths represented by AB, EB, AB, EB, BD, and CD on the sketchbook were determined to be 800 feet, 400 feet. Oh, okay, they give you all the lengths. Oh, okay, cool. So actually, let me do this. Let's do this. This will be easier. Lengths of, so AB is 1800. Okay. And then 1400 for EB. And then 700 for BD. And then 800 for CD. Okay, that all looks pretty much to scale. Segments AC and DC, or sorry, AC and DE, AC and DE, okay, intersect at B. AEB, CDB have the same measure. Oh, okay, AEB, AEB. Oh, they already have it marked. Okay, cool. If that's true, that means that CD and AE are parallel, which means that this is congruent to that. And then, of course, these have to be the same because they're vertical angles. So those are similar triangles. What's the value of x? Okay. Well, in between the 1 tick mark and the 0 tick, that's 700, that's 1400. So this triangle is half the size. So that's pretty easy. It'd just be twice as much as 800. So it'd be 1600. All right, so not bad. So let's see if we can figure out number 15. Number 15. Let's go back up to here. 1500. Okay. So AX, let's do PX plus 7. Okay, and I multiplied it all out, and it's equal to that. So A plus B has to equal 8. 3 times 5 would work. But that's for A and B values, so 2 possible values of C. A is actually a really good wrong answer then. So I'm like, I was really tempted to go for A, but A is what A and B would be. Okay. So C would have to be equal to 7A plus 2B, where A and B would have to be equal to 8 when I add them up. So A and B would pretty much have to be 3 and 5. I don't know if they could be anything else. So I guess I would just plug in 3 and 5. So 7 times 3. So that's 21. And then that's 10. So it's 31. So 31 looks like a possible value. All right, so it's looking like it's D. Let's try the other one. And then I would have, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I think it's because I'm running out of time. And I'm like, oh man, I'm running out of time. So if we just flip it around, then it'd be 35. And then that'd be 10. Oh, no, wait, hold on. 3, that'd be 6. So 41. Okay, cool. So it does look like it's going to be D. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and stop it. Stop the time. And with not that much left to spare. So you can see, and I'll go ahead and stop it because I'm done. So you can go ahead and see, like, okay, you do want to use up all the time that you have, and even when you know the math pretty well, you still want to be careful with your time and use your time wisely. So let's go ahead and check the answers. You can actually look up the answers pretty easily. So let's go SAT, practice test 1. And then we want the answers. So scoring, here we go, scoring. I'll give you the answers in here, I think. Open a new tab. And I probably want to go down. Let's see. Here we go, answer key. So math. Oh, I don't want to look at the calculator yet because here, let's see if I can answer explanations. That way it just goes problem by problem. And that way I don't see any of the answers for the calculator section, because I'm going to just do this video on just the non-calculator, and then I'll do the calculator section later. Because the calculator section is going to be another hour, and I don't want the video to be too long. Did I already skip it? Maybe it is this one, but I've never seen it like this before. Press math explanation. Oh, here we go. This is it. Yeah, there we go. This is what I'm looking for. Oh, wait, they went straight into the math. Okay, cool. That works. So we can see if we got all the answers right here. Number 1 is D. Number 2 is A. Number 3 is C. Number 4 is B. 5 was C. 6 was A. 7 is B. 8 is C. 9 was B. 10 was A. 11 is D. 11 is D. 12 is also D. 13 was B. 14 was A. 15 was D. I put A question mark, and then I ended up solving it and getting D. I don't know if I put D on here. I think I circled it on the thing, but I ended up changing it to D and just not putting it on the one note there. So 15 was D. 16 was 2. 1600 for 17. 7, x equals 7, got it. 4/5 or 0.8. And then number 20, the answer was 100. Hey, there we go, got it. So, yeah, there we go. So we got all the answers for the SAT non-calculator section. As always, hope this video was helpful. If it was, throw a like, subscribe, all that stuff. I've got a PDF guide that is super helpful. It's called The 5 Math Mistakes Everyone Makes and How to Avoid Them. It's a free download on my website, myersmathematics.com. You just go there and then you just say, hey, I want the guide, and then I'll give it to you. So it's a really cool guide. It's basically like 5 steps on like different things that people miss, starting with something really specific, like the number one thing that people miss on math problems, and then kind of getting into more vague things like, having the wrong mindset is a big deal. Like just, you kind of feel defeated, or you kind of feel like, oh, I can't get it or whatever. And some really cool, succinct advice on how to just kind of eliminate those 5 main things that people struggle with when they're going up against a math problem. So that way you can be on your way to never missing another math problem. So check that out. It's awesome. You should check it out. It's really cool. And this has been Mr. Kyle, Myers Mathematics. Out.